Screens. Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. Left, that is gone!
Rafa Perez, that's my play, off the backboard, counting, and a win! And a win! Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts, and why not? And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another show here from the Luke Fruis Motors in Brownsville, Texas, home of Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. I'm Joe Bowling with you here, talking sports here on a Wednesday afternoon here on Rio Sports Live. Busy time of year for us here on Rio Sports Live. It's been quite a week last week, and this week is ramping up for another jam-packed weekend coming up. And a lot of exciting things happening on our show and with the company. Start off with the new channels. We want to congratulations TSC as being on board as our first official college channel on our RSL network. And just left a meeting with Harlingen and Harlingen South as they have added their school districts as our new channels, newest channels on the RSL network. So those Harlingen fans will have the Harlingen Cardinal channel. Those Harlingen South fans will have the Harlingen South channel. There's a meeting going on right now in Alice where it looks like Alice will be joining on with their own channel. Brownsville St. Joseph has their own channel. MMA has their own channel. We're meeting with Brownsville school districts tomorrow morning, and we are active there. The Los Fresnos School District appears to have their own channel coming on board on the RSL network as we continue to expand. Now, what does that mean for you fans that are out there watching? Well, the biggest change of all on Rio Sports Live was the transition from going from broadcasting on Facebook and YouTube into what is the current platforms, which is a big change on Rio Sports Live. Start on the television side of things first. You want to download our app on your television? Well, on Roku, it's as simple as going to the Roku channel Play Store and loading Rio Sports Live. Amazon Fire, same thing. Load the RSL app on Amazon Fire. That's a Fire Stick, Amazon Fire device, Amazon Fire television, and you can put the RSL app on there. It's Rio Sports Live. Android TV, same thing there. Load the app, put it on. Any other smart television, it's two steps, but you can still get there. You look for the Play Store. Wherever the Play Store is on your smart television, load the Play Store first. And once you're on the Play Store, then you look for the Rio Sports Live. And therefore, any television hooked to the internet, you will be able to get and eventually watch Rio Sports Live on that particular device. The channels are free of charge. No charge to watch the games, no charge to go to the replays and the archives. And again, it's all there. Those of you on the handheld devices, such as the phones, the tablets, any device that's operated under Apple, go to the Apple Play Store, load the Rio Sports Live application. There again, you can access all of the channels. Android, same thing. So literally anywhere that you want to watch these games, watch these shows, watch the content, go back and watch previous games, it's all available. Roku, Amazon Fire, Android television, smart TVs, Android phones, Apple Play Store, any device you can watch it. And then, of course, if you're on any computer, then just go to our website at riosportslive.com, and you can access all of the programming there, as well as the archives. Website is changing up. It's going to launch on August 1st, and it'll have a much different look, much easier to navigate, especially finding the previously played games. But again, we want to congratulations to TSC right here in Brownsville, Texas, signing on as our first college official channel on the network, and they'll be kicking off with their first official soccer games as they bring back sports and competition at the college level to the city of Brownsville, and we'll be there broadcasting all of their events. TSC has their own channel, Harlingen South, MMA, Brownsville St. Joe, and many more. Exciting stuff coming on the football side of things as well. We've got some international football teams that we're going to be providing coverage for. A league that has teams, get this, we're going to get to send crews to Cancun to broadcast a game. We're going to get to send games to Honduras. We'll get to send teams to Dallas, to El Paso. Big announcement coming up on that on the horizon. And, of course, we've got lots of coverage the rest of this week. Tonight will be at volleyball. It's championship night for the Donna Highway 83 Juniors League. And so the volleyball teams that are in their final couple of days before officials practice starts will be in tournament action tonight. We'll be broadcasting the semifinals and the championship of that. Tomorrow we'll do the same thing over at the Venom League in Edinburgh, and that again has reached tournament level, and the eventual champion will be crowned there. Just a 2-day break after that concludes, and then all of these teams hit the court for regular season practices. There will be scrimmages a week after that, and we've got tournaments that we're already lining up to cover because August is going to be here before you know it. So our volleyball team coverage continues. Professional boxing hits the airwaves on Friday night. We'll be at the arena in Hidalgo. That's a sold-out event as far as all of the VIP tables. The floor level appears to be jam-packed full. Anthony Cavazos putting on that boxing showcase, and so we'll be there for professional boxing on Rio Sports Live. We'll be live from the arena in Hidalgo. That's all night Friday night. So, again, another busy week. We did 67 games last week alone on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and into Sunday with our international coverage on softball and our volleyball coverage. So, again, if you think the month of July wasn't busy, well, it was. As a matter of fact, on the analytics side, I was proud to announce this last week that this is the first time ever in the history of Real Sports Live that we went over 4.5 million views in the month of July alone on the content that we're providing coverage. And that was before we throw in everything that's going to take place this week. So, again, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching all of what we do. Our show, I'll continue to expand a little bit more on what we're doing as far as with the channels and with the Real Sports Live in general. But we're here at Luke Fruis Motors, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. So we're going to bring a guest on from Luke Fruis Motors when I take this break. When I come back, we'll talk about what's happening here in Brownsville at Luke Fruis Motors, one of our primary sponsors here on Real Sports Live. We'll be back with more after this.
Hija, tomorrow's your quinceañera. I need you to call your padrinos and tell them thank you for the salon, the tamales, the dress, el DJ.
Ay, Ama, you called them. I didn't even want a quinceañera in the first place. I would have preferred to have gone to Paris instead.
I will, fine. I'm gonna give you your surprise gift early.
Huh?
Guess what? You're going to Paris.
How?
Well, I've been saving mucho dinero all year in insurance thanks to Pronto Insurance.
Let's just get the quinceañera and go straight to Paris.
Call your padrinos right now.
Okay.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
We live here. We work here. We love it here. Look for your motors in Brownsville, Texas. We're here for you.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
We are back here at Luke Fruis Motors in Brownsville, Texas, Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. Like I said, I can talk all day about what's happening at Real Sports Live and where we're going and what we're doing, and it's a busy time of the year. Even though it's July heading into August, it's a busy time of the year. But when you're at Luke Fruis Motors and you're here every week and you're talking about what Real Sports Live is doing, then it's just as important at times to stop and pause and say, let's talk about what the sponsor that's providing us the opportunity to get out there and cover these games is, and that is, let's talk about what's happening at Luke Fruis Motors. So, Tony Lopez, thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me.
Let's first of all just dive right into it. What is happening at Luke Fruis Motors these days?
A lot of great things. Right now we're having what we call, everybody's having a great summer sale. Everybody's going on vacation or coming back from vacation and getting ready for school. So a lot of things are happening. Their cars are getting maintenance. We have increased the size of our service department. We put a quick lube, and it's called the Luke Fruis Motors Express Lube. So it makes it a lot faster for you to get your car serviced and maintenance and get it prepared for the new school year. You're not going to have time the first 3-4 months of the school year. You're going to be crazy, hectic, busy, being a teacher, administrator, whatever the case may be, or a mom or dad. So come on by, make an appointment, give us a call, and you'll be the first one in. And if you don't have an appointment, we have an express lube here, probably ready to take you in as well. So it's new, it's quicker, it's faster. We cut time by almost 50%. So when the one thing you can give back is time, we've got that for you here at Fruis Cadillac as well.
Fruis Cadillac, of course, known the biggest reputation factor that I knew about coming in when we first started visiting here. It wasn't necessarily the sales and the availability of cars. It was what happened after the sales. And Tony, talk about how important that is, that the dealership stands out on what happens after the sale.
That's the most important part. Anybody can sell you a car. It's how you get taken care of after the sale is what makes the difference if you coming back. Mr. Fruis, obviously he's owned this for over 37 years, and his number one thing was service. So whenever you walked into service, drove into service, you always saw Luke Fruis there waiting for you. No matter how hot it was or how cold it was, he was there to make sure that you were taken care of after the sale. And that's what we do here. We got to make sure that you know that not just when you send your mom, your wife, your daughters, everybody, they're going to be treated 100% phenomenally, and they're going to be taken care of after the sale even better. So I want to make sure you know that there's a lot of Cadillac stores out there. There's a lot of Buick GMC stores out there as well. But the way they take care of you afterwards is what sets us apart from everybody else in the valley.
And let's talk about the building of a relationship. Car dealers can sometimes get caught up in the trap of, I need to make a sale. I need to make a sale right now, and I need to make what I need to do off of this person. But I think here the distinguishing factor is, I see them come in.
Yes, sir.
I bought a car once from you. I'm coming back to buy another car, and in some cases a third or fourth car down the line. They just keep coming back. How important is that?
It's important to us. I started here in 1995 to about 2001 and came back in 2018. So I spent about at least 11 years here at Fruis Cadillac Buick GMC. I see generations of customers come in, and I saw them when they came in when they first got married. And then all of a sudden I see now their kids are 18 going to college and they're buying a car for them. And in some cases their kids are having kids buying a car from them. So it's a beautiful thing to see it grow, and it kind of tells you a tale of us, of how we take care of you when you send your kids and your grandkids are buying from us, and everybody says, my dad bought a car from here or my mom bought a car from here, and they say it with such pride. It just makes you really, really happy. They know that you're doing a good job.
And sometimes you have to pump the brakes on a brand new salesperson who comes in eager, wanting to get every sale in the world. It's like, hold on, we're building a relationship.
That's right.
Not a one-time sale.
That's right. There's two ways to sell a car. Once and never again, or the right way and forever. So it is patient. We do have patience. We do not take every deal. If a deal isn't good for a customer, it's just not good for a customer. We're going to inform them it's not a good time to do it, whether it's too soon, whether it's many factors that equate to it. But we don't forget about it. We focus on finding a way to get that customer in the best situation, give them a call back, tell them it's a great time now, bring them back in, and they appreciate us not forgetting about that. So we have a system right now, and it has to do with how the system reminds us to not forget about every single person that's ever come to the door and try to get an opportunity here at Fruis Cadillac.
So let's talk about generally in the summertime, as the summertime comes to an end, transitions into the fall, you're starting to get some sneak peeks and some hints and some rumors about what the new car lines are going to be looking like. Anything out there on the, hey, wait till you see what they're doing next coming up on the Buick GMC or the Cadillac?
Well, the future is electric, and that's the best way to put it, and not just for Cadillac, but also for Buick and GMC. The EVs are coming in at full force. For the first time, I've actually seen an EV that has been not just marketed well, but followed through well. We have the Lyric for Cadillac, and that's all electric, starting at about $62,000. And then we have the Cadillac, the smaller Cadillacs coming out in about 2 years. And we even have the Cadillac SQ which is the Escalade electric, and that's going to come out, actually be unveiled in October in Times Square.
In Times Square.
Yes,
So,
sir.
again, this is the time of year where you start to hear what's coming.
Yes,
so,
sir.
So walk me through this. You're talking about a literally all-electric car. Never been in one myself. Mine is one of those that shuts off, will idle into electric mode,
Right,
and then
right,
go
which
back
is
and
good.
forth.
Yes, yes,
But
it's hybrid.
all electric. So let me walk this through. All right, I'm getting ready to go on a vacation.
Yes.
And I'm traveling to Alabama. I just came back from one, so I can make this relevant. Do I have to factor in there's going to be a stop somewhere between here and there where I have to charge the car? And how have you heard from customers how that plays out?
Well, Cadillac actually factors it for you.
Okay.
So there's a new app on your phone that you get whenever you buy an EV, and it's called the electric path. I like to call it the electric path. They call it the EQ. So the electric path kind of gives you an idea of how to set up your trip. You know what? When we go over here, we're going to have lunch over here, this, that, and the other. There's a place to charge over here. There's a way for you to set up reserving that charge for this particular time. So whenever you get there, you have a 10-minute window to get your car in there, get it charged, and get out of there without you having to wait in a long line. So they've already got all this stuff set up to give you and save you as much time as possible. And the good thing about it is now they're going a lot longer. Before, electric cars were like 200-mile max. Now they're over 300 max, in some cases over 500 max. And the technology just keeps on getting better. And not just that, but GM and Tesla have made a partnership to reduce carbon footprint all over the U.S. So now if you go with a Cadillac EV, which is the Lyric, or even our Hummer, which is our GMC, Tesla chargers are going to be as compatible. So you can go anywhere there's a Tesla charger and you can get that taken care of. And I can guarantee you in the next 6 months to a year that technology is going to evolve again to make it even easier for you to do that. So right now we're in a very strong infancy stage of it, right? Where it's very, very good, great city driving. Everyday drivers, you're perfect for an EV. And then we're going to get better and the ranges are going to get better and it's going to become a big part of our portfolio. Our future was at one time just, internal combustion engines. Now it's going to be internal combustion engine and electric engines all in the same path. So we'll have double the amount of cars available, whether electric or internal combustion, because you never know. You never know what the future's going to be, but I know the future's getting better and technology's getting better and it's going to make it a lot easier for customers.
And car availability, let's talk about that. During COVID, that was the toughest part of your life as a salesperson in car sales. It was people wanted cars.
Yes.
There were no cars.
There were no cars.
And then, therefore, there were no one trading in cars. So used cars, lots emptied out. New cars, lots emptied out. Things went through the roof on what you could have to charge to something just to buy something. How have things settled down now, and how has the landscape changed?
Significantly. It's better. It's a lot more leveled off. The main thing is parts availability. And yes, it's great to have a lot of inventory, but if we cannot take care of your car in service, we're going to be measured by that time. Whether it's not bad service or bad, it's the fact that we can't get a certain part. So the fact that parts availability has gotten so much better, it has made a lot more even playing field for everybody. So now there's more inventory, there's no more new inventory. When there's no more, there's used car inventory, and it's all kind of balancing out the way it was before, but it's never going to be the same. Right now, and it was kind of a blessing in disguise, it started to make you ordering your car, preparing your next car, all that, just part of the process. And now everybody has a lot stronger portfolio because of it. A stronger customer base, a stronger inventory base, a stronger way to rotate inventory. Everything has been, with the analytics that we came up with, made it a lot easier and more efficient for us to be able to save the customer as much money as possible and have the best experience at the same time.
So let's talk about in a car dealership where I'm looking down the showroom floor. What is the best deal on the lot today on the Cadillac side?
The best deal on the lot today on anything right now is, first of all, Fruis. We're known for one thing, and this is the craziest thing ever. In COVID, a lot of customers were complaining that other stores were charging over MSRP. And the sums of $30,000, I've heard $50,000 over MSRP. Well, we never did that. Not only did we not do that, we were discounting during COVID. So because we were doing that, it kept a strong, loyal customer base that's come back even stronger. And now that things are normalized, Our rates are getting better. We got as low as 0.9 financing, which nobody even can think of with the rates going up so high. We got a 2.9 for 60 months on Sierra. We have a 3.9 for Cadillacs, almost 90% of our inventory. So there's a good deal on a vehicle that you like, and as long as you like it, we'll find a way to make that the best deal for you.
And there's a good selection on hand. And I can't go up and down the showroom floor and look in offices without seeing a lot of sports references.
Yes.
You guys are a big factor in why Rio Sports Live is able to do what we do.
We love you guys.
Talk about the sports talk just in general here in the dealership, and what are the rivalries out there between the sales guys?
There's a lot of rivalries out here. We have old school versus new school. We've got guys that have been here for 17 years that have done a phenomenal job for us. We've got guys that have been here for 3 years that are doing a phenomenal job for us, and every one of them are trying to do their best to one-up the other in customer service. So we like to get good Google reviews, so we like to go above and beyond to make enough of an impression to get one. So Miss Felicia is really good about social media, especially our hashtag, Free a Family, our hashtag Shop Local, our hashtag Free a Cadillac, or Free a Buick GMC. It's really important to be out there in the community, and we have an entourage team that is kind of our sports team here at Fria. And what they do is they have all of our spirit together, and they like to go into either volunteer or go to teachers that are just starting up, and we're doing like breakfast bars and all this fun stuff we do for different teams to make sure that the community knows that we care and we understand and we're a part of it.
And so that, therefore, generates this sports atmosphere around here, and competition behind the scenes as well.
They're a good department, right? So we have this thing called the Championship Fria Belt, and I'll show it to you. So whoever does the best at the end of the month with the most compliments from customer service wins the belt. We wear it with pride. It's in my office for Cadillac right now, just to let you know. But it's an important thing to win. It has nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with the impression you left on the last person you spoke to. So we like to make sure we do that. Now, we're not perfect. I know store is, but I promise you we're perfect about fixing our problems.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
Again, there's a little look at the real reason why we're here. Luke Fruis Motors and Brownsville, Texas, is being one of the sponsors here on Real Sports Live. We can't thank you guys enough for what you do, and we always want to promote what you got going on, and you're always an invited guest to come over here on our show.
Much. And let's not forget, let's go Cowboys.
There it was. I wanted to ask his favorite team. We'll be right back with more after this.
Town Harlingen. We have furniture, appliances, clothes, collectibles, and more. All funds collected support the Sunny Glen Children's Home. Come see us at Vintage on Jackson at First and Jackson in Harlingen.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs. Register now for summer and fall classes and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Baby, just listen to me.
Escucha.
Do everything with
Prontísimo.
Out of home business or
Flexible.
Insurance for all your needs.
Barato.
You say you just got a new boat. Come on by and we'll give you a free quote.
Prontísimo.
Okay, who's singing near you? Hello?
Accesible.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Take a ride, or ride a wave, build a castle, or visit a castle, morning stroll, or nighttime roll. That's as hard as it gets at South Padre Island. Voted Texas Travel Awards Destination of the Year. Plan your escape at sopadre.com.
Back here at the Luke Fruis Show here on a Wednesday, last week of July here closing out. Can't believe it was just the other day we were snapping our fingers and going from spring sports into the summer coverage. And yet here we are now last week of July, getting ready to ramp up for the big August that is just around the corner. Again, volleyball coverage tonight coming to you from the Donna Leagues as they'll wrap that up. The Highway Juniors 83 Leagues will wrap up with our coverage from the gym there. Traditionally, they play the semifinals on the split floors, and then they take a pause, they clear the floors, and they open up the big gym floor for the final competition of the championship games. That's all coming your way tonight, and that'll be on our RSL 1 channel. If you go to our app, if you take a look on the website, any games that you're watching on Real Sports Live will begin with RSL 1, and then we'll transition to RSL 2 with the second crew, and then down the line. Once those school channels get rolling and games start taking place with the schools, such as Brownsville St. Joseph here, such as MMA, such as Harlingen South, TSC, once those channels are operational with these schedules that these schools are providing us, then, of course, once any of those teams go live, their games will be on their channel. You Brownsville St. Joe fans got a taste of that last year, and getting to see the Brownsville St. Joseph games exclusively over there on the RSL Bloodhound channel. MMA fans started tuning in after basketball season, and it just continues to roll on. But again, tonight our coverage at the Donna Leagues will be on RSL 1 and RSL 2. Same case tomorrow for the volleyball coverage over in Edinburgh, RSL 1 and RSL 2. And then, of course, on Friday night when we're featuring boxing, that will be on RSL 1. And it's going to be some exciting stuff. We've covered boxing before. We're going out to the arena. I already have about a 5-camera setup that'll be in place for the coverage of the boxing. And if you haven't watched our coverage of boxing on RSL in years past, I encourage you to do so. It's one of the sports that I get most excited about in getting a chance to broadcast it because of the fact the creativity and the ability of putting cameras in place to make that look and feel as professional look as what we can possibly put out there. And with Anthony Cavazos, he's already sent me the entire card. We're getting graphics in the background. He's got some additional sponsors that are on board that are going to make that a special deal. That's Friday night on RSL 1 with live coverage of boxing. Now, of course, Luke Fruis Motors is one of our sponsors here in Brownsville. They're the only car dealership right now that's on board on Rio Sports Live. And so we do appreciate each and every show that we're able to do here. We appreciate the longevity of them coming on board and being a broadcast partner as far as a marketing partner goes. And without the likes of Luke Fruis Motors, without the Pronto Insurance, without South Padre Island, without some of the primary sponsors that you see up and down the line when I run these commercial breaks, we wouldn't be able to do what we do because of the fact that, well, I set this up as a free platform. I set it up, and I want to stay steadfast that we do not charge fans, we don't charge schools, we don't charge entities to broadcast games nor to watch games. And the primary reason for that is the revenue that comes in from the direct marketing with partners such as Luke Fruis Motors, such as Pronto Insurance, such as South Padre Island, the school districts that you see marketing alongside of us during our games. You'll see commercials running for Harlingen CISD, for Brownsville, for, at times, Los Fresnos, Mission, Sherryland, Pioneer. All of those are integral parts of being a part of what we do. Sunny Glenn's, one of the sponsors on Rio Sports Live that has been a part of us. New York Life and out of Harlingen has been a broadcast partner with us on the marketing side for a couple of years. And without the likes of them, it would be impossible to do what we do. So we want to send a thank you out about that and talk about these sponsors any chance we get. Home of Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. We're in Brownsville, Texas, and we're at Luke Fruis Motors. We'll be back with more right after this.
At Harlingen CISD, college, career, community ready is more than just a saying. We've created 12 academies to provide students with access to fields of study that best fit their interests and passions. Within the 12 academies, there are 42 certifications that will aid students in getting a head start on a career upon graduation. Become HCISD proud and enroll today.
Graduation time, time to make some decisions. What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito. Hey, if I didn't play that commercial, my wife would get on to me. I'm Joe Bowling with you. I'm the owner of Rio Sports Live, and Forever Memories, my wife and I have had that in operation as well. That started a year before Rio Sports Live, and that has grown and is growing. And we're expanding into a new building over there on Sam Houston in San Benito with more vinyl records and music memorabilia to go along with the collectibles on the other side. So again, Forever Memories, yeah, you see the commercial running. That is was the driving force before we had any other advertisers on board that was funding what we do here on Rio Sports Live. You want to be a part of Rio Sports Live? Let me put this out here right now. We're looking for not only marketers and advertisers to come on board. Sure, we need that. But we also need individuals that want to be a part of it in the production side. And therefore, we're looking for camera operators as we start this new school season. There is a lot of opportunity for students and for just anyone that's interested to come on board and be a camera operator and assist in our broadcast. And those of you that want to put the headset on and go at it with a play-by-play, well, we've got some options there as well and some openings here on Rio Sports Live. So be sure you reach out through an email, if you will, riosportslive@gmail.com. You can contact me on my phone at 956-291-2538. Always looking for camera operators and announcers to be a part of what we're doing. It's not necessarily a list of can we get out and do games from getting permission. We've got permission. We've got a lot of schools that will gladly accept us coming in to broadcast a game. It's trying to make sure we have the announcers and the camera operators in place. When I met this morning with a school district, one of the questions that came up was, hey, you're going to put us on a channel, but will your announcers be on board? And so anytime I have a chance to throw that out there, that we need announcers, we need camera operators, yes, the answer is yes. We're always looking for camera operators and announcers to come on board on Rio Sports Live. RioSportsLive.com is the website. RioSportsLive@gmail is the email to send us information about you if you want to be a part of what we're doing. We'll be right back. We're at Look For You Motors in Brownsville, Texas. This is Talkin' Sports.
See art or create it. On South Padre Island, that's as hard as it gets. Visit sopadre.com.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs, all at the most affordable cost in the Rio Grande Valley. Transfer your TSC credits to a university or start a new career, like Kat Gomez, who graduated from TSC and is now patrolling the streets of Brownsville and serving her community. Register now at tsc.edu/register and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Tengo 100 kilos de ropa, lo que se me antoja, dinero en el banco. Muchos me andan criticando, pues traigo carrazos, que cómo le hago. Tengo aseguro del bueno, pronto y flexible y sale barato. Es mi corrido humilde, que no se te olvide que me ando ahorrando.
Ask your agent how you can start saving with Pronto. Best price in town.
Our service is unmatched. Our commitment to our team and our community, relentless. Our products are innovative and exciting. Fruis, we're what's next now.
And that's just some of the crew here at Luke Fruis Motors here in Brownsville, Texas. We are at Luke Fruis Motors, home of Buick, GMC, and Cadillac. I'm Joe Bowling, Rudy Zamripa Jr. behind the scenes running the camera. It's going to pretty much do it for this show. Again, I wanted to showcase more of Luke Fruis Motors here. Starting next week, we'll have a cavalcade of coaches that will be on board and be joining us for our shows on a consistent basis as we ramp up into volleyball season. We'll start with their first practices a day or two before football. Football practices will all be underway starting next week, and then we'll be getting closer and closer to those scrimmages. I want to throw out a special shout-out and invitation for fans to be on the lookout. We're going to put out a link for you to order ahead of schedule your copy of the Rio Sports Live football program. That's jam-packed with schedules and information, photos about the various teams throughout the area. It's our third edition, and we're getting better with each one of those publications, and that link will be out there on a jot form. You can submit your order, if you will, to get those delivered straight to you and not have to worry about picking them up. The Rio Sports Live Football Preview Magazine. Again, our broadcast schedule tonight, we're at volleyball. As a matter of fact, as soon as we wrap up here, we'll load our equipment, we'll stop, grab a bite to eat, and head straight off to Donna. And we'll be broadcasting on the RSL 1 channel with volleyball coverage from the Highway 83 Juniors as we wrap up another year of covering that summer league, which is an important piece of the puzzle for the volleyball players and the coaches out there, for players to get the experience, for coaches to get an early look and to kind of ramp into the season and being a little more into volleyball condition. So that wraps up with the Highway 83 coverage tonight. And then tomorrow night, we'll wrap up our coverage of the Venom Leagues over in Edinburgh. And then don't forget about boxing on Friday night. It's going to do it for our show here on Luke Fruis Motors. I'm Joe Bowling for the cast and crew of Rio Sports Live. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Till next time, so long. And I've got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria!
Was Warner. Here comes a headed to jam. Counted for two. Field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved. What a game.
Smacked to the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Counted and a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go